Hi folks, this is all the fruit, and here I have an olive forest. Nothing special if you're in the Mediterranean, but here I am on the island of Gran Canaria, in the crater Caldera de Bandama near Las Palmas. And here there are hundreds, maybe thousands of olives covering the slopes and parts of the bottom. Well, what kind of olives are those? I mean, yeah, most of us know that they are olives which are made into oil and olives which are being pickled. If you are a little bit more versed in botany, you know that there is the wild olive, the oleaster, versus the cultivated olives. But those olives here look different. Look at them. They definitely don't look like cultivated olives, and they definitely don't look like the wild oleaster olives. Huge shrubs, no single stem. They are not stocky like most oleaster. They don't show any signs of being pruned like olive cultivars. Yeah, okay. It could be, they could all be suckers from after an olive garden has frozen and regrown without being pruned, but here in the mild climate of the Canary Islands, olives don't freeze. Not down here. Well, there are actually other olives. For example, there is the Canary Island olive, Olea europea, subspecies guanchica, named after the natives of Tenerife. And this is actually the best wild population I've ever seen on any of the Canary Islands, of those wild Canary Island olives. Most of those populations have been removed because, well, olives grow on land that's also suitable for agriculture. Here around the Caldera de Bandama I saw single trees and also smaller stands of those olives, but only inside the volcano. There are lots of them. Some land has been cleared here for agriculture, but this olive forest is actually quite well preserved. Intermixed with a couple Canary Island date palms. There are also a few wild pistachio trees, Pistachia atlantica. A lot of smaller shrubs, but basically the olives dominate here the slope. Look at that, hundreds, maybe thousands of nice, huge olive shrubs. It really looks like in the Mediterranean. Only in the Mediterranean, if you see such areas, usually those are abandoned olive orchards. Not here. Unfortunately, I don't find any ripe fruit. Maybe they are not in season in Tenerife. At the same time of the year last year, I found ripe fruit. But here, nope, not a single one. I really would like to try them because I tried them in Tenerife in a botanic garden. And they were actually not bitter. They were just a tiny bit bitter, but basically edible. This is interesting because, well, the Canary Islands are a fruitarian paradise nowadays. Before the arrival of Europeans, there were actually very few edible fruit. And I don't know if there are wild olives here, which are not too bitter. The natives should have probably learned the technique of pickling them in seawater and enjoying small but still quite tasty pickled olives. Like usually olives are pickled either in oil or in brine. Well, usually you pickle them in brine first and then you can leave them there or put them in oil. But I don't think there are any records of the natives here ever having eaten the olives. But maybe I should research a little bit more thoroughly. Won't that be an interesting concept? The native Stone Age population of the Canary Islands pickling their own little olives. But I don't see a single fruit. Maybe if I see a fruit later I might try it and tell you whether it's bitter or not. So folks, this was a native olive grove, Olea europea var guanchica, or subspecies guanchica, in the crater Caldera de Bandama on the island of Gran Canaria. The subspecies is endemic to the Canary Islands. Stay tuned for a lot more fruit videos from the beautiful island of Gran Canaria. And don't forget to like, share, comment and subscribe.